यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। ताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। हरे कृष्णा। Thank you very much for allowing me to sit with you. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 10, entitled Divisions of the Creation, verse number 22nd to 26. Gaurajo mahiṣaḥ kṛṣṇaḥ. Is it there? Okay. Okay, I will just repeat. Gaurajo mahiṣaḥ kṛṣṇa sūkaro gavayo ruruḥ dvi-śaphāḥ paśavaś ceme avir sattama. O purest Vidura, of the lower animals, the cow, goat, buffalo, kṛṣṇa stag, hog, gavayaḥ animal, deer, lamb and camel all have 2 hooves. The horse, mule, ass, gaura, sharabha, bison and wild cow all have only 1 hoof. Now you may hear from me about the animals who have 5 nails. The dog, jackal, tiger, fox, cat, rabbit, sajaru, lion, monkey, elephant, tortoise, alligator, gosapa, etc. have 5 nails in their claws. They are known as panchanakhas, or animals having 5 nails. Text 25. The heron, the vulture, crane, hawk, bhasa, bhalluka, peacock, swan, sarasa, chakravaka, crow, owl, and other are the birds. Text number 26 is coming now. Arvakṣṭrotastu navamaha. You can repeat. Kshattare vidho nृणाम् rajodikaha karmapara dukkhe cha sukhamaninaha. You can repeat. Arvakṣṭrotastu navamaha kshattare vidho nृणाम् rajodhika karma para dukkhe cha sukhamanina. Arvakṣṭrotastu navamaha kshattare vidho nृणाम् dukkhe cha sukhamanina. Ladies. Arvakṣṭrotastu navamaha kshattare vidho nृणाम् rajodhikaha karmapara dukkhe cha sukhamaninaha. Arvak, downwards. Shrotaha, passage of food. Tu, but. Navamaha, the 9th. Kshattaha, O Vidur. Ekavidaha, one species. Nृणाम्, of human beings. Rajaha, the mode of passion. Adhikaha, very prominent. Karma paraha, interest in working. Dukkhe, in misery. Cha, but. Sukha, happiness. Maninaha, thinking. Translation. The creation of the human beings who are one species only, who stock their eatables in the belly, is the 9th in the rotation. In the human race, the mode of passion is very prominent. Humans are always busy in the middle of miserable life, but they think themselves happy in all respects. Hari Bol. The human being is more passionate than the animals. Thus, the sex life on the human being is more irregular. The animals have their due time for sexual intercourse, but the human being has no regular time for such activities. The human being is endowed with a higher, advanced stage of consciousness for getting relief from the existence of material miseries. But due to his ignorance, he thinks that his higher consciousness is meant for advancing in the material comforts of life. Thus, the intelligence is misused in the animal propensities, eating, sleeping, defending, and mating, instead of spiritual realization. By advancing in material comforts, the human being puts himself into a more miserable condition, but is illusioned by material energy. He always thinks himself to be happy, even while in the midst of misery. Such misery of human life is distinct from the natural, comfortable life enjoyed even by the animals. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilatam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupak Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. I am Dr. Vishwarup Das from Bhaktivedanta Hospital. I have come on Yatra with His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. I feel myself very fortunate and lucky to be here in the holy abode of Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu. It's a very graphic verse today of Srimad Bhagavatam, which makes us think deeply about our own life. The creation of the human being is of only one species only. We know there are 8.4 million species of life, of which 400,000 species of life are of human beings. That means right from the most aboriginal human being who are living almost animalistic life, right from those to all the demigods in evolving consciousness, all are supposed to be human beings. So even demigods, they come in the category of human beings having evolved consciousness. So all these 400,000 varieties of species of life have millions and trillions of living beings transmigrating from one body to another body. And then there are 8 million species of life which are supposed to be lower species of life, which are living in the underwater, which are living in the water and land, which are having multiple legs, insects, reptiles, mammals, and variety of four-legged animals. So Maitreya Muni is explaining to Vidura the variety of creation that Brahma is doing. The first part of creation is almost done by Mahavishnu and Vishnu. It is called Sarga, the primary creation. And what is discussed here is the Visarga, that is secondary creation. The living entities, the immovable and movable, both living entities are discussed over here. For us in this verse, what is important to understand is there is a vast difference between the 8 million species of life and the 400,000 species of life. In these 400,000 species of human life, there is developed consciousness that is called as Sad Asad Viveka Buddhi. That means intelligence which is eligible to or capable of differentiating between what is good, what is bad, what is material, what is spiritual, what is favorable, what is unfavorable. There is a thought process which is governed by this elevated intelligence. And because of the elevated intelligence, there is elevated consciousness also. In this unit of human being or human body, that facility is installed, like we say in our IT language, that the software of understanding the Lord is fitted. Software of understanding what is material, what is spiritual is also fitted. And the facility is given in this most valuable human life to break this cycle, repeated cycle of birth and death, which is for millions of lifetimes we are going through. Break it once and for all and go towards the Lord. Serve Him and return home back to Godhead. While in the lower species of life, there is no intelligence to understand what is good, what is bad, what is spiritual, what is material. There are only 4 things: eating, sleeping, procreating and defending, which is the essential principle of all kind of life. Even we are doing these 4 things because this is the essential aspects of life itself. But beyond that, the lower species of life have no independence to do anything, to choose anything. They cannot choose to be vegetarians if they are supposed to be non-vegetarians. They can't choose to be non-vegetarians if they are supposed to be vegetarians. They have a fixed program to eat what they are supposed to eat, and they can't go beyond that. Like you cannot find tiger eating grass because he is too hungry and there are no animals. You can't find cow eating flesh because she is too hungry and there is no grass. These both animals will die if their own food is not available, die out of hunger, give up their life. There are so many differences, but one of the most fortunate differences is that we can break the cycle of birth and death and go back to Godhead. And while we are doing so, here in the process, we can associate with devotees, we can hear the pastimes of the Lord, we can chant the holy name, we can eat prasadam, we can go to holy places, we can take bath in the holy river, go on progressing in our consciousness towards the perfect consciousness. So this facility is most valuable facility. But there is a risk here. Because of the intelligence given and freedom given to large extent, there is generally misuse of that. How is the misuse? See, the animals don't come together, male, female, unless there is a breeding season. Even the birds don't come together. I had gone to one gaushala lately, and the big bull, very hefty, strong bull was standing amongst many cows. So I just asked the devotee, I said, how the bull is not, mating with the cows? He said, no, there is a season. The cow will indicate that she is in the heat. And there are 72 hours. And in that first 24 hours, the bull will not do anything. Last 24 hours, the bull won't do anything. In the middle 24 hours, the bull will mate with the cow. And he is right in the middle of many cows, young cows. So they will not come together even, and there is no time to do that. When the birds will find in a particular season, they will go and making their nests, carrying straw everywhere and putting there in your balcony, in your near tree. So all of them, they are very organized. And amazingly it is said in this sloka that human beings are very, very highly passionate, entangled into activities of sense gratification, while the animals are not. While we think that, oh, they are so much enamored with the opposite sex and always running behind. No. Human beings, out of their misuse of the intelligence given to them by the dint of this body, they just break every rule, and there is no season for anything. One can do anything anytime. One can eat dinner at 2 a.m. in the morning, have breakfast at 11 in the morning, have lunch at 6 p.m. in the morning, be awake whole night and sleep whole day, work whole night in IT company and sleep whole day. I mean, amazing things people are doing. We can't imagine. We can't imagine how we knowingly, unknowingly break all the rules of nature of our own life and just still live life. And that is why we see in hospitals so many cancers are coming up, so many abnormal diseases are coming up which were not there when we were studying medicine. New and new diseases are coming up, all based on the stress, the struggle and the abnormality of the life that we are living. It's very amazing. And then there's a saying in Hindi which means this human life is very rare, just do everything possible to enjoy. Don't waste even one moment. We may not know when we will get again this life or not. We may not know this. So just utilize every moment just to enjoy that the animals cannot enjoy. Animals don't eat cooked food. We have the facility to cook food. They just eat raw, whatever comes on their way, or somebody throws. They have no choice to choose their lunch or dinner. But we have variety. India, there are maybe hundreds of varieties of sets of cookings, like Punjabi and South Indian and Maharashtrian, and then so and so, American, England, and Italian and Eastern. So let's enjoy. And then there are thought processes that the bodily enjoyments are just ordinary for animals. We have so many techniques of enhancing our bodily enjoyments. Let's do it. Even some people, they are not happy with their gender, and the enjoyments which are available for that gender. So people are ready to change the gender. They behave like females when they are in male body, and they behave like males when they are in female body. And so on and so forth. The permutations, combinations, and the wild imaginations of doing things which are sometimes, very horrible to even think. But for them it is natural just to go on trying. The material human life is simply going on exploring and exploring and exploring what are the new and new ways of enjoying the same old things. And the result is only misery. Even after you try, you innovate, so-called innovate, into the ways of enjoyment. And the worst thing of all, Prabhupada mentions very clearly, we are most irregular into the ways of our life. What to speak of enjoyment? I am talking about just life itself. Enjoyment is little later. What time to get up, what time to sleep, what time to eat, what time to do things. But the worst thing of all things is, and good thing for the lower species, in the lower species whatever they do, there is no karma counted. Please understand, there is no karma for them. If a dog bites us, there is no karma for the dog. We are getting the result of our bad activity by his biting us, but he has no karma. The rat bites you, a snake bites you, they have no karma. Whatever they do, eating, sleeping, betting, defending, no karma for them. Just simply evolving naturally in the cycle of evolution, trying to reach towards the human life. But the human life, the moment we reach human life, every activity there is karma. Padam padam yat vipadam natesham. Every activity there is a danger, every step there is a danger. Many of us may not know or may know, when we cook food, we are killing millions of living entities, and there is a karma. When we breathe and we filter through nostrils the breath, there are so many glands, lymph glands, adenoids, there are tonsils, they all are killing the living entities which are not suitable for human being to inhabit it. There are some favorables, they live with us, but unfavorables are killed at various checkpoints. And there is also karma for that. There is karma for everything. Why is that? Because this life is meant for self-realization and God realization, which is a very costly and valuable gift that we have been given. The opportunity to reach, to connect with the Lord, to reach the Lord through the association of devotees. So it is very, very valuable. We haven't yet fully realized how valuable it is, the opportunity. So for that opportunity, we are paying the price by suffering the fruits of our karma. Please think about it. We do activities which are not actually meant for realization of the Lord and ourselves. All those activities are counted and kept nicely by Chitragupta, and even we may forget that we were pricking the ants on the wall when we were 5-year-old, but it is all recorded. You cannot get free. Rishi Ani Mandavya Rishi was punished for that. And he questioned, why? What I did to get pierced from my anal column? He said, you were pricking the ants from their hind part when you were a small boy. Even that realized soul could not get free from that unintentional activity done in a childish way. So whether we are childish or not, we will be counted for our action. Suppose a 3-year-old baby, crawling, she goes to the hot pan In Indian culture, they sit down and cook on the ground, and they put hot pans and make rotis, and suppose sometimes the mother goes away for some work and the child kept crawling, and suppose the child sits on the hot pan. Will the fire forgive the child? Oh, child doesn't know. The fire will burn the buttocks of the child. If the child puts the finger curiously in the holes of electrical points, plugs, will the electricity say, oh, he is a child, I will not give him shock? The electricity will give the shock. So on and so forth. You may know, you may not know, you may have intentions, you may not have intentions. Everything is going to be counted, everything is witnessed by the agents of the Lord, primarily sun and the moon, and many agents more are there who are watching each and every activity that we are doing. One time Kauravas and Pandavas were given a fruit by Dronacharya, their guru, and they were told that you go to a place where nobody is watching you. So everybody went behind the wall, in the cave, in the darkness, behind the bushes, and they ate the fruit and came back. And Yudhishthir Maharaj came back with the fruit as it is. So everybody told where they ate very proudly that we found a place where nobody is watching us. And then Yudhishthir Maharaj said, he asked, why didn't you eat your fruit? He said, I didn't find any place in the whole creation where nobody is watching me. He said, you are the real student, you have understood the principle, that you are being watched everywhere. Not only watched, that kind of vigilance, that kind of CCTV is most advanced. Sometimes our CCTV has no range. It's like you can go beyond coverage. You can cover it, the camera with the napkin and do something. There is nothing like that. There is no avoidance. You cannot avoid. So we have to think deeply. And the first most fortunate thing in human life is the ability or opportunity to get knowledge about our own life. Get the manual of our whole life. How things are, what we are, what is the purpose. Like television you buy, you get manual you get. How to operate, how to variety, in a variegated way, operate that instrument or equipment. So the scriptures are there which are giving knowledge, but we need to get that knowledge. It's just not going to be directly transferred through 3B USB in your brain. And even though if it was so, there won't be any realization of the knowledge which is already transferred in the brain. So first stage is jnana, then there is processing of the jnana, application of the jnana in the practical day-to-day life. When you apply to the day-to-day life the knowledge that you received, you receive realization. And further you start acting upon the realization that you have received after applying the knowledge that you have received in a practical way. And thus our consciousness goes on evolving to the higher and higher situation. And for all these beginning, even for getting the beginning, we need to get association of a holy person who is realized. Without the interception of a holy person who is spiritually realized, even the process of getting knowledge doesn't begin. And there are many knowledges, how to enjoy more and more food, how to digest the food, how to have bodily enjoyments, and so many foods. Those are called nations. But the knowledge that is required to progress in Krishna consciousness or bhakti or spiritual realization is always given by a devotee who is self-realized. Through the books or maybe in person. But it has to be achieved through that channel only. Prabhupada may not be there physically now, but his books are there. He is speaking to us every day. You can approach the purport and get personal association of Srila Prabhupada and thus change our lifestyle. What is expected in human lifestyle is not just following the animalistic way of eating, sleeping, mating and defending. What is expected from us is self-realization, for which the human life is given. And then Brahmande Brahmite Kono Bhagyavana Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Paiya Bhakti Lata Bij. One of the thousands of fortunate soul comes across a pure devotee of the Lord and receives the seed of bhakti, and with that further association then starts acting on the platform of bhakti and the platform of connecting with the Lord, and then slowly engages in service to the Vaishnavas to begin with, and then with the Lord also, and then simultaneously Lord and the devotees together. And through this process, he receives something called as mercy. Mercy means the opportunity to realize the self within, the reality within, who we are, who the Lord is, what is my relations with the Lord. How do I activate that relationship? What do I do practically in day-to-day life? And thus go on progressing, becoming more and more realized. And we understand, oh, Krishna is there. It's not just a brass statue or a black stone statue or a white stone statue. It is the person, Pratima nahi tumi, Sakshat Brajendra Nandan. This is the fortune of our life. I was just thinking 2 days back when I came, because of the karmical complications, there are so many sufferings. And by default, the material life is full of suffering. By default, the material world is only the source of misery. We think, also it's mentioned in the shloka and the purport, we think that whatever we are doing, attempting innovatively, are going to give us happiness. But it doesn't give us happiness, it gives misery. But the illusion of Maya is so deep, even though we are suffering as a result of our attempted happiness activities, we still feel, when we are miserable, we still feel happy. That is the worst part of the story. To call anybody on the phone and you ask, how are you? What answer you get? I am good. Even though he's just got accident and is getting plastered for his fracture, he will say, I am good. It may be a telephonic etiquette, but people, even they want to tell, they can't tell, because they feel it is below dignity for me to be suffering. How can I be unhappy? And how can others know that I am unhappy? People should know I am always happy. So in that attempt of trying to be happy as a facade in front of others, we suffer more because we do a lot of efforts to hide what we are going through. But in devotional life, we learn that, at least not to everybody in the world, but with few devotees, we should be very honest to share our heart as it is. Just to share it as it is, so that our burden is less than what we are supposed to go through. When we hide things, we suffer more because of the hiding. When we suppress more, we suffer more. When we open up and, like daily we empty our dustbin in the morning, then dustbin is not getting overflooded and getting, putrefied. Is it not true? We every day, maybe once, twice have to empty our dustbin so that it's clean, it's not even stinking. Same way with our heart, when we keep on dumping things and not revealing and not sharing to some close ones, then there is only suffering and multiplication of suffering. If you put a very fragrant mango peel after eating the mango, it is also still smelling good of mango, but after 3 hours it is not smelling like the mango which we have eaten before. So the miseries may not be so much when we are sharing regularly, but when you don't share, they really become the source of too much suffering. That's why His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj said that Srila Prabhupada built temples for what? He built temples so that the main purpose is Guhyam Akhyati Pruchhyati, to reveal our hearts in confidence to fellow devotees, trustworthy devotees, and to hear from their heart what is to be shared. And then ease each other and help each other to progress in bhakti. And to do that, we eat together and we share gifts. But the main purpose of the temple is to share our heart lovingly in trustworthy manner with fellow devotees. So we may not have hundreds of devotees to share a heart, but we minimally must have one, if not more, so that we are eased regularly. We are eased regularly. The life is, as we go ahead in Kali Yuga, life is so much full of misery. Each and every step there is misery. You can't trust anybody. Things are stolen regularly, and horrible things are happening in the holy places also. What about cities in the middle of the night? We cannot imagine. Things are totally out of control. No politician, no king, no rulers can control what's happening. And we are always told, you take care of yourself. Don't expect anything that government will do for you or somebody will help you. You have to see that you develop your own protection or security. It was not so in earlier days. In Vrindavan also, I remember, you keep your bag and you go, you come after 5 hours, you have forgotten, but it will be still there. Now you don't have to be leaving that place, you just look here, the bag will be gone. Amazing misery. And still we think that we are happy. Still we think that we are happy, and if you are not happy now, we think, I can be happy if I do really hard work in a systematic, organized way, in a planned way with the goal set in mind, and the goal has to be SMART, S-M-A-R-T, then I will attain that what I want. That is the illusion. But that mirage, the deer will never find. The mirage, deer will think, oh, water is just here, I can quench my thirst. And he goes on walking ahead, and the so-called water pond, mirage, goes also traveling with him, ahead of him. And never to get the water again, ever. Because desert is not the place to find water. Oasis is not existing, oasis is only concept. Oasis means the imagination of water in the desert is called oasis. There is nothing called physical oasis. So in this desert which has no real oasis, the spiritual oasis exists. That is in the company of devotees. When you sincerely approach tadvidhi pratena, sincerely approach someone, may not be a pure devotee, someone, can I get the answer? Well, I will get happiness. I am not happy. It requires humility to be even accepting the situation that I am not happy. We have to be humble enough to accept, yes, I am suffering. When we do that, then the road to happiness opens. When we don't accept that I am suffering, road to happiness will never open. Because our ego doesn't want to accept that. So why should Lord open the door of happiness for us? When we are humble enough to accept, the Lord will see, make sure that the door of happiness will open for that soul. And we are all very, 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 very fortunate. Because, why I am saying that? Because at least I know that I have not done any tapasya or any austerities or any wanderings or any researches or any real long time search to find out truth in life. In fact, the knowledge of truth in life came to my doorstep and I was rejecting it. No, no, no. Still the knowledge of truth was coming to me, following me. Take, take, take. I would say, no, 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 I don't want. Who was this person? His Grace Dayaram Prabhu. The great Dayaram Prabhu was my friend, my close friend in my college. And I would say, get lost. I don't want to listen to you. I've heard you enough. I've got your philosophy. I've understood everything. But I don't want to do it. Please don't come. And he would still come with Mahaprasad. All the way from Juhu temple to my college, medical college, in the hostel. And I would do obnoxious things when he would come, so that he would be dejected enough to not come back again. But so kind he was, he kept coming again and again. So what my point is, that we have not done any tapasya. We don't deserve. It's simply the causeless mercy. Now we understand, as years pass, one by one, we understand the depth of the word, what is called causeless mercy. There is a lot of cause to not get the mercy, but still the mercy is coming regularly. This is Mayapur Dham, which was an old village, with no commune, no traffic, no roads and no facilities. It's like 120 kilometers from Kolkata. Nobody will come to practice medicine here. Nobody will be having hospitals. Prabhupada came here, and today this is not an Indian map. This is a world map. And the kind of situation is here, not for anybody to come and enjoy here, but for everybody to come and get self-realization. And such facility which Lord Nityananda Prabhu predicted in his prophecy, which Thakur Bhakti Vinod saw physically, not daydream, saw it actually, the light, the effulgence, and then all colored people from all over the world raising hands and chanting, Jai Sachinandana Gaur Hari. And it didn't remain only prophecy and the vision. It came into existence. What he saw from Godrumadvip, from the balcony across Jalangi, is what I am seeing and you are seeing physically. Is it not true? We see white people, black people, yellow people, whitish people, all kinds of shades in between. All people are raising their hands and dancing in the kirtan, chanting, Jai Sachinandana Gaur Hari. Gauranga! We didn't even know who Gauranga was. But we were told. And I remember in the first year of my Krishna conscious life, I came to 500th anniversary of Lord Chaitanya's birth. 1986. It was the first ever yatra with loan as a student. We taken loan to come here. So what is my chance of on my own coming to Mayapur Dham when I know money, I am a student. But I was given loan by a kind devotee and I was sent on pilgrimage to Mayapur at the most fortunate 500th anniversary of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's birth. So now we understand what is causeless mercy. We don't even know what Gauranga is. Who is Gauranga? But that Lord Gauranga was planning to shower his causeless mercy upon us even when we didn't want it. And he is leading us by force, by love, whatever you say, maneuvering our life. Now what we need to do as human being is to make real change in our approach of life. That yes, I like sense gratification. I like to eat good food. I like to sleep. I like to defend. I like to enjoy bodily enjoyments. I like to wear good clothes. I like everything. No doubt about it. But I have to like something more than that. That is, I like Gauranga, I like Krishna, I like Radharani, and I want to go back to them. I have lost them. So I minimize what I need physically and I maximize what I need spiritually. His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj said in one of the classes in the our yatra in 93, he said that when we come to holy place, it's a spiritual vacation. That means we minimize all the necessary material activities to minimum. And then whatever we are supposed to do spiritually, we go on multiplying and augmenting and maximizing. Everybody may not get some physical service to Krishna, Radha and Gauranga. So we can engage ourselves in hearing and chanting the holy name of the Lord and the pastimes of the Lord available over here. So we have to, those who stay permanently here, they are on permanent spiritual vacation. They have decided no more material life in material place, only spiritual life in spiritual place. But it may not be everybody's cup of tea. Because for every single spiritual happiness that we are going to receive or we have received, we are always paying the price of some austerity. Right? Right now I want to be in a very pleasant condition while giving class, no sweating, no exhaustion, nothing. My voice should be pristine, clear, but it is hot, it is sweaty, it is humid. So for each and every great spiritual experience, we have to pay some price of going through inconvenience or austerities. But whatever austerities we think we are going in as a human being in the Holy Dham is peanuts compared to what mercy we are going to receive or we are receiving unknowingly at this moment of time. Lord Gauranga is simply showering and showering and showering unlimited mercy which no other incarnation has ever showered on human beings. And we are participants of that. What is our fortune? We may not have been born in a very holy spiritual family, but we have been pulled in a very holy spiritual family by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, what he has done, even in the course of time, after many years, as every year passes, we'll come to know how we have to be more and more grateful to Prabhupada, looking at what he did. There is no other human being, like no other incarnation of Lord as Gauranga, like no other human being has done in the whole history of creation of mankind. Sometimes it looks very hyper sentimental statement. Because you are a follower of Prabhupada in ISKCON, you are saying all these things. No, you think about it, you will come to know. Nobody has done this, what Srila Prabhupada has done. And nobody has done after leaving the body, after 50 years, what Prabhupada has done. In fact, Prabhupada has done, Srila Prabhupada did much more than when he was on the planet. For example, 108 temples before he left. Now there are more than 750 temples all over the world. No other sampradaya, no other pathway to life. We have seen such kind of thing. When the acharya goes, everything collapses. And here we see everything is multiplying in a more and gorgeous way. The temple of Vedic planetarium was in concept when Prabhupada was there. He had instructed, I want this, I want this. But when it is manifesting in front of eyes of all of us, Prabhupada is still there in the spiritual form. But physically with this charma chakshu, with these eyes we are watching the unlimited glory getting manifested in front of our eyes. Lord Gauranga, with such a superhuman form, most glorious form, manifested in this holy place. This holy place, as a human being, we are able to relate, because this is where the whole holy name actually started being broadcasted. From this place, the holy name is broadcasted and reaching all over the world. And then more and more as time will pass, it will do so. The holy name will be broadcasted in much more magnanimous, unbelievable way in future than now. And it is much more than before. It's progressively increasing. All the other holy dhams, which are not different from the Lord Himself, are going to naturally reduce their luster and glory. I mean, it will be not changing, it will be getting hidden. It will be getting unmanifest gradually. At the same time, Gauranga Mahaprabhu's dham will become more and more illustrious, more and more magnanimous, more and more manifested in terms of distributing the glory. So, other things go down and Gauranga's dham goes on, how to say, manifesting more and more the glory of the holy name and the Lord. So it is very difficult. We hear every day in the Bhagavatam, we are not this body, we are spirit, soul, we are human beings, we are not animals, we are not insects, we are not birds. We are not supposed to do all those things what they do. But very important point is mentioned here, the animals never break the laws of nature, while we as human beings always keep breaking the laws of nature, for which we keep paying price, of course. They don't know anything, they don't pay any price. In my childhood, in one poetry, in Hindi poetry, this was the line which said that as human beings, I keep breaking all the rules, and as the lower species of life, they never break the rule. So am I superior or are they superior? They are superior in terms of following the rules and regulations, but we are superior in terms of the opportunities that we have. They don't have the opportunities. We have all the opportunities. In fact, we have millions of faults because of our desire, activities and karma, but if one spark is there to know the truth, that spark only is magnified by the Lord, and we are given the benefits. One spark is there, the Lord will see that through the devotee, spark is turned into a flame, into a jyoti, and in that jyoti and the fire, all that is unwanted around the jyoti will be burnt, and only what will remain is the burning jyoti with the light, and that will take us back to Godhead. That is our fortune. We don't deserve, but we are made deserving. As Prabhupada said, none of you are qualified. I made your qualification. Like that, that statement is still relevant and prevalent. Our qualification was made, is being made, and will be continuously being made in a growing exponential manner. So let us all analyze this verse very carefully, that where do we stand here? Are we in the group of people who are human beings but very, very passionate, very, very suffering, but not accepting that we are suffering? This is what is mentioned here. Or we want to be in touch with the truth, in reality, not trying to attempt to be futile, to get futile happiness, or being futile in attempt for happiness, and remain in the search of true happiness, even if we get a little, in the company of sincere devotees, and not get lost or enamored or noosed into the entanglements of Maya, by which we suffer more and more. In Dham, we have to know that Maya is more dominantly present than in cities. It's a very different statement. Where was Kamsa? Kamsa was where Krishna was. Was Kamsa in Mumbai and Krishna was in Mathura? Was Putana in Kolkata and Krishna was in Mathura? No. All of them were there just near Krishna. And being near Krishna was a very dangerous proposal, because every day there will be somebody horrible attacking you, and you may be dead or you may be alive, fortunately. But life with Krishna was not easy, right? You go to herd cows and nicely enjoying Krishna. Suddenly, demon comes and all ladies start getting aborted, and you cannot imagine. Suddenly you are playing and horrible, devastating rains come, drowning everything in the freezing cold. Why? Because you are with Krishna. And you go on naming. Wherever Krishna was, always danger was there. So when you are with Krishna, you can choose two things. Be with Krishna in spirit, or be with Krishna in averse mood. That, okay, I don't belong to you, but I somehow happen to be next to you. If you are averse to him, being with him, you suffer more. But if you are with him in spirit, in love and affection, and you are with him physically, you are relieved every now and then from all suffering, and nothing can touch you. Like the devastating rains, showered with unlimited power on Govardhan, but it could not even break one blade of grass on Govardhan. What power one blade of grass has? But even that blade of grass could not be bent by devastating rains of Samvartaka clouds. Why? Because that blade of grass was attached to Govardhan, which was attached to the tip of the last finger of Krishna's hand. With that connection, the Samvartaka clouds could not even disturb one blade of grass. What to speak of trees? What to speak of lions and tigers on the mountain of Govardhan? Just because of being connected with Krishna favorably, anukulyena. So if we are here, so many people come here for business, but life is very miserable in the sense of physical facilities. It is not easy. The temperature, the atmosphere, the situations, the people, governmental arrangements, nothing is suitable. So I always admire all those Western devotees abroad, how they come and manage all the Indian situations which are extremely intense in the holy places especially. But when we do that and we prepare our mind, yes, it is going to be so, then unlimited bliss will fall upon us. So you have to stay constantly aligned with the required pathway and required consciousness and required touch. You just 1 second you are off, then there is injury and then there is suffering. So we should not, in fact, whatever vigilance we have in city life against Maya, we have to be hundreds of times more vigilant against Maya, for Maya, in the Dham when we are living, because she is on full guard on you, because you have decided to come to Holy Dham, to surrender to Krishna. She will do her maximum to distract you from your so-called goal. As you are taking all the effort to come here for yatra or for full time, for all time to come, she is not going to just give you up. She is going to be after you with her full force. And for that we have to hold on to the feet of devotees, hold on to association, constantly remind us why we are here. And if you are doing that, then that will not affect us and we will be showered with unlimited mercy all the time that will manifest in our lives through happiness and bliss. So let us all pray. Because Amito Kangala, Krishna Krishna Boli, Dhaye Tava Pache Pache. We are simply running madly, we have no qualification, we don't have anything, we just like poor destitutes. But we run, sincerely we run behind Lord Gauranga, behind Lord Nityananda, behind Krishna, behind Radharani, calling out, please help me, oh Lord, please help me, please save me, please protect me. And then we will be supremely protected. However insignificant we are, and we are definitely, we will not be touched by Maya. Maya can touch you only when you are not with Krishna, in spirit. You are in spirit with Krishna, in surrender. Maya has no power to touch, although she is extremely powerful. Daivi eshi gunamai mama maya duratyaya, most invincible to cross over. She will not be able to touch. That's why, by the mercy of Prabhupada, our life is very, very fortunate. We are very weaklings, simple weaklings. We don't have strength, we don't have qualifications, we don't have enough desire, but still by the mercy of devotees, we are always protected. So let us take the message of Srimad Bhagavatam very seriously and not remain in the category of people who are trying to enjoy. Enjoyment will come as per the karma. Even if you don't want, it will come. Even if you want, it will not come. Suffering we don't want, it will come. Happiness we want, it will not come. But they will both come at per their own scheduled time, and they will both begin and both end. So there is a inevitable beginning, inevitable end of both the things which we don't want. But there is no beginning and no end for spiritual happiness. Anywhere, any point of time, we will not have end to the spiritual happiness which we have. We are treading on that path. Any time, in any miserable condition of your life, you chant the holy name, you will be first relieved of your misery, and you will experience the bliss in the middle of misery also. That is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. You will be in the middle of misery, but you will not be touched by misery if you are calling out the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So I will end here. Thank you very much for your patient audience, patient listening, and again grateful to you for the opportunity. Any questions are there till the time permits? Yes. Give, no problem.
Thank you, Vishwarup Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Wonderful class. You made points about the amazing things that Srila Prabhupada did. Nowhere in the history of the world have we seen such miracles performed. After Prabhupada left, there was 10 years of extreme disruption in our movement. And senior devotees like your Guru Maharaj, Kapataka Swami, Gopal Krishna Maharaj, Bhakti True Swami, put things back together so our movement could go on in a reasonably stable way. There's a lot of senior devotees that are concerned about ongoing stability in our movement after these senior devotees leave. And I'm wondering if you have some insights that you could share with everybody that's present and hearing online of how that stability can be maintained. And, you know, like, I've got answers, but I'm sure you've got maybe even better answers.
I have very simple, humble opinion. I cannot wait for others expecting them to take the responsibility and do things. I should feel that I am also a responsible person to bring in stability. It is easy to say, Prabhu, why don't you do it? Prabhu, why don't you do it? Oh, they will do it. They are in authority. Everybody is in place by the arrangement of the Lord. But I am also a integral, important part of the mission of Srila Prabhupada and Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. What can I do? First thing, I should do a good sadhana daily without fail. I should perform very good sadhana. Call out the holy names of the Lord, not just chant 16 rounds, not just finish 16 rounds. Call out the mercy of the Lord when we chant. And then whatever services, capabilities we have, we should work towards giving stability to the congregation of devotees ourselves. In our small temple at Chaupati, there's a system called counselor system, where devotees are, connected to each other through the system of counseling. So over 35-40 years, the community is stabilized because they have been given shelter by senior devotees. So no one can say, oh Prabhu, I am so fallen. Yes, there is no doubt about that. But even but in that fallen condition also we have some capability to do some seva, which we have to do, and not wait for others to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. I will do my part. I'm not a Herculean personality to do Herculean tasks like Prabhupada, but I will do little bit. I will add on to the little bit, whatever I can do. And then, if we are fortunate to receive some specific instructions from our spiritual masters, then we have to dedicate our life to do that. Because through that, when we follow the order of our Guru Maharaj, not only our spiritual life will be saved, but by the dint of following the order of Guru Maharaj, many devotees' life will be saved. That is also guaranteed. That is my humble two-penny solution.
It reminds me of a really powerful purport. It's Bhagavatam 4.28.48, where Prabhupada says that when the Acharya comes, he brings order out of disorder. But when he leaves, to a certain extent, that disorder returns. But the pure disciple does everything he can to bring that order back.
There has to be a sense of belonging in all of us. I may not be a blood family member of yours or anybody, but we are a member of larger family of Srila Prabhupada. We belong to each other, you know. So being so proud we feel that we belong to an international community of devotees. We have such a good fortune. Mataji, can you ask? Yeah, you wanted to ask a question? Those who want to ask, they can go to near the mic so that
Thank you
time will be
for
saved.
the logical and philosophical your points. Maybe simple like this, we feeling like Prabhupada also speaking like very honest and simple, like near childish honest mood. Which one I get it from you? Thank you for this. Like my heart melted.
Thank you.
I have very, maybe it's kind of stupid question, because I have two Mayapur. One is our Mayapur, one have in Delhi, Mayapuri. Because when I'm in Himalaya, I'm preaching, the people say Mayapuri, I'm saying no, not near Delhi, and this near Mayapur. What is Mayapur meaning? Pure Maya?
I'm also not very clear, but what I understand Mayapur as Antardvipa. Antardvipa, where the innermost feelings of the heart are revealed by Lord Brahma to Lord Chaitanya. At Antardvipa, much before Lord Gauranga was born, Lord Brahma did tapasya there, and Lord Gauranga appeared to him in Dwapar Yuga. In repentance, Brahma did tapasya, and Lord Gauranga appeared to him and blessed him that you will become Haridas Thakur, don't worry, I bless you. So that antar, that is the heart, was revealed by Brahma to Lord Chaitanya in that place. That is what called Antardvipa. And then we are told that the same place is called Mayapur also.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Vishwarup Prabhu, for such a wonderful class. I think we'll all be meditating on so many beautiful points that you gave us. The question I have for you is about the point you made about holding on to secrets and then becoming deceased ourselves and causing difficulties for ourselves and others. So for this, a very strong sense of family, community, good relationships, shelter, protection needs to happen. Now, Mayapur is a multicultural, multi-ethnic, multinational, multi-everything, racial, everything. So even if I want to open my heart, I have to think 100 times, because how is this other person going to receive it? Will I make them uncomfortable? Will they reject me? Will they look down on me? Will they judge me? There's so many barriers to having healthy, loving relationships simply because we are such a diverse
So
group.
what is the question?
So the question is, how can we do it?
What do we do when we feel helpless?
We call out to the Lord.
The answer is there. You see, when Rupa Goswami says, Guhya Makyati Pruchati, is it trying to frustrate us? That this is impossible, but I am telling you, you need to do this. Rupa Goswami and then Prabhupada in turn and the Acharyas in turn, they are all telling us hopeful things, not hopeless things. It's not to frustrate us that we can never go back to Godhead, but you have to go back to Godhead. It's not like that. So if they have said like this, that Guhyam Akhyati Pruchati is possible, and you are not finding it, you pray to the Lord. Lord, there are trillions of devotees. Can I get one? Can you just show me the pathway to one or few more if that person is not around? Can I get few? I'm sure you will get many, but you will have to really pray hard from the bottom of your heart. Wherever you are in the world, the community will provide you what you need. I always have that faith that whichever community you are in, maybe you were in abroad for some time, then you were in Mumbai for some time, and then many things, many locations have been changed. But whichever location we go, by the arrangement and mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Krishna, you will be always provided a company which will help you to confide and to progress. That is my faith, and we are very fortunate. But we have to pray and look for it. It won't be coming to you at your doorstep. Mataji, I am the one trustworthy person. You can open my heart, your heart to me. It will not happen like that. You need to invest. You need to really give dadati pratigunati, bhungte bhojayate, all that thing you keep doing, and then you will find. And I am sure you have found. Maybe in junior level, equal level, higher level, that Krishna will decide. But Krishna will give you a company which you can open your heart, share your heart, get solaced, get encouragement. It may be on social media, it may be on platform of mobile or internet, but you will get 100%.
Thank you.
Any other question? Yes. Okay. Hare Krishna, class coordinator is requesting if this can be last public question. Other questions can be taken after the class. Hari Bol. Last question.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for the class, Prabhuji. I have a small question.
Be a little quick because time is getting up.
Yes. We know that we have free will in this human form of life to make decisions. But many times I also see that those ability to make free, independent decision is also governed by the modes of nature. Whatever modes of nature we are into, we knowingly or unknowingly make a decision which is governed by the modes.
What is the question?
How do we make independent decision?
Don't make independent decision. That is the first wrong question. After you become devotee, accept the path of bhakti. We have to have a Patha Pradarshak Guru or Shaksha Guru constantly in our life. May not be physically, but we have to have one person whom we always refer to. However advancement we make after 40 years, 50 years, 70 years in Krishna consciousness, at all levels of time, you need to have a Shiksha Guru with whom you take decisions, with whom you open your heart, ask questions and get the answers. We should know that in all given conditions of life, we remain fallen. In fact, as years go by, we come to know more in depth that how fallen I am. So more you feel you are fallen, you come to know, the more shelter you take of the senior devotee who is with you. Because you didn't need him so much that you need him now, because before I didn't know I was so fallen, today I know I am very fallen. So more I know I am fallen, I need more guidance. So as years pass by, you need more and more guidance. So don't even think of taking independent decisions. They will always make you fall on your nose. This is my experience. I am simply sharing my heart to you. So material world tells you why you are depending on somebody. You are a human being. You are a great man. Don't depend on anybody. Live your life on your own. Listen to your heart. Go by the heart. This is what the world is preaching you. And we are preaching exactly opposite. Don't go by your heart. That will cheat you if you go by your heart. Please always keep company of equal devotees, junior devotees and senior devotees to balance your association, so that you are not misdirected and your pathway of spiritual life don't get destroyed. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai.